have had a wee bit extra time at the end here?
You know, there's going to be quickly analysing the game. We felt they probably could have had a look at Greig's try at the end of the first half. I thought the other, Sam Hidalgo-Klein, when he was on the ground, perhaps could have had a look at that as well, which may have given us a try earlier. There are a lot of things that we don't have control of, and and it's an old coaching thing. We're not going to. I don't want to lose a lot of energy talking about it either, because it's not going to change the result. But what we can do is take some positive things out of the game, which I think we improved from Paris, and that for me is encouraging. So what we do next is important, and I think this game also illustrates areas that we need to work on to improve as well. So you know, I'm sure somebody will have a look at the refereeing display or decisions made in the paddock. We've got things to sort out, you know, perhaps they may have as well.
Does that just make it even more frustrating the defeat when you take all these three factors into play?
Yeah, it's reasonably hard to take, but like I said, it's done. It's done now. There were 3 penalties inside their 22 in the last 15 minutes. I thought some of those errors might have been cynical as well. What did that deserve? Was it a yellow card? Obviously not. So you know that's the way it is, and those are the things we deal with. We deal with the reality. The reality is, we got close. We showed some good signs. We played some good rugby. There are times when perhaps we needed to keep the hand on the ball, and we need to improve on our high ball receptions. There's a lot of things we're not going to avoid either. So we're going to look at those very clearly and with a lot of honesty and move forward to the next game.
Vern, is it fair to say that discipline is one of the things we need to work on in the future?
It is something that's spoken about, and I need to have a look at the penalties that there were against us and how many were 50-50s and how many we can really, you know, ones that are non-negotiable that we need to avoid. And as a group, we'll look at those and decide if we need to have a shift in how we approach rucks, or how we do our homework on referees to make sure that we adapt as best as possible.
Greig, were there any points in the game where you thought that it was definitely flowing your way, that you have the ascendancy that you're going to go on and win it?
I felt it was a tight test match throughout. Clearly the result shows that, but I think we scored a great try there in the first half, and then maybe just fell off a little bit off the back of that, but we finished strongly. We finished very strongly at the end there. We were putting them under lots of pressure, and as Vern touched on, you know, I think there was six odd penalties in the 22, and you know, it was disappointing not to get anything out of that.
Did you feel you scored a try?
I'm not sure. I was close, but I don't know if I got there or not.
Greig, what was your reaction at the final whistle? Were you expecting to have another play, because there were still a few more seconds on the clock when it went over? Were you expecting to have another play, or did you realise that it was time up, given over?
Well, I think, you know, as Vern kind of mentioned there, the referees and stuff I'll need to look at, but from where I was sitting, I thought there was time to take the kick. Whether we'd, you know, went on the score, that's a different matter, obviously, but we'll never know that. But it looked as though, and I think the majority of the stadium felt the same. But I don't know, maybe the TV clock or something was different. I don't know.
4 seconds left.
You think that Wales probably won that game sort of in the third quarter when they seemed to turn up the heat, and what happened there?
I think we, as Greig said, after scoring our try, I thought we went into our shell a little bit, and we needed to keep expressing ourselves and keep an attacking philosophy. I think that's something we'll be looking to develop, making sure that we can create danger from all forms and situations. And I thought that once we started attacking, I thought we became a threat and put them under pressure.
Greig, you looked at not going for close to 10 minutes to go.
We can look at that. That's when we had them under pressure, and we had so many penalties in the 22. That's why we felt as though, you know, one more penalty probably should have picked up a yellow card. That's why we went for the tap.
Did you take anything from the defensive display in the second half?
we need to have a look. There'll be things we need to improve on. There's some good things, and that'll be Monday's job.
We're going to look at a lot of missed touches, and Wales have got a lot of drop out of high balls.
Yeah, they did. You know, and the high balls will certainly, that's something we'll work on positionally and as a group. There are other things that we will if we work on, we'll gather and have more composure. And the most important thing for me is to keep attempting things, and if we train and practice those, hopefully we'll get we'll get better.
Vern, just on the yellow cards, did you have any problem with Finn Russell's card?
Well, there was two things. It was consistent, wasn't there? There were 2 yellow cards. There was one Finn, and then Davies went off. So we need to once again have a really good look at that.
What's the first impression on Gordon Reid's injury?
Gordon Reid? He's got 2. He got a head-on head, and he's done his knee as well. So that's not looking too good.
How frustrating, Greg, was that result for you? To come that close and not quite get there?
It's very frustrating. We talked about the small margins, the result out in Paris. But as Vern said, we've got to keep working hard on the small things that will improve our game. And I think that this group of players now is becoming a strong team. And I really believe we're not far away. And we need to keep believing in that. And now it's all about the next game. We've got a massive game now at home against Italy. And you know, all that matters now is we turn up in that game and we get a positive result.
Greg, is it in a strange kind of way, is it almost as hard losing this kind of way as opposed to the way you lost 12 months ago?
I mean, you never like getting beat. Clearly we're absolutely gutted, but the performance is there today, and it certainly wasn't there 12 months ago. Obviously it was slightly different circumstances, but we're playing loads better rugby. Now we're putting teams under pressure, and it's just about us, as Vern says, just keep playing, keep having the confidence to play, and we'll get over the line. I truly believe that.